What up, though? Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unfiltered and Unscripted on Notoriously Opinionated. It's your man of many names and letters, and I'm back. If this is your first time listening to Notoriously Opinionated, this is your first time seeing me at all, welcome. I appreciate you. If you are a returning fan of the show, number one, hit me up in the comments. Make sure that you are subscribed to all my channels, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Friend me. I'll friend you back. Thank you and welcome back. All right. So this is not going to be a long show. And as you gonna see here in a second, the Me Cam is back. Those of you that don't know what the Me Cam is probably because I didn't release that documentary yet. Alright, so it's a documentary that's upcoming to where I got the Me Cam, and the Me Cam is basically the camera that follows me around. Right? So, as you can see, I'm not in my normal set. I'm not in the room. I'm not, So, I am on location. Right? I'm not going to tell you where that location is. None of your business. Stay on your own paper. Keep your eyes on your own paper. Alright, so tonight I am going to really only be talking about one thing, and that's something that I've kind of been on these last few days, and that is love languages, right? So with love languages, I have learned a lot. I actually learned that the love language that I thought was my love language is not. It is not my love language. But I'm going to get into that. We're going to go over all 5 love languages, and I might get into something else. It's possible I'm going to get into something else because I want to talk about archetypes too. But we're going to get on that this evening, this episode on Notoriously Opinionated, Unfiltered, and Unscripted. Let's go. There's five main, I would say, main or primary love languages. And we're going to go through all of them. Don't even trip. There's 5 main or primary love languages. You have 1, words of affirmation. You have quality time. You have receiving gifts or gifting. You have acts of service. And you have physical touch. Alright? So, for the longest time, I thought that my love language, my primary love language, was words of affirmation, because I'm big on words. I'm big on being encouraged as a black man, whether it be by his woman, by his community, by, whatever. Like, I encourage myself, so that's not the thing. I'm very well encouraged by myself, but it means a lot to a man when the people that he has kind of committed his life to, dedicated his life to, show him appreciation, and we don't be asking for any kind of lavish things like gifting is not like, I love giving gifts, but it's not real big on my radar to get them. You know, it's like if I get something, it means the world to me, especially if it's thoughtful. But it's not it's not something that is high on my love languages list. You know, and because this is a question that I ask myself: can you have, because it's about receiving and it's about giving. So it's about how you how you show love and how you want love. And a lot of times they're saying that the love language that is your love language is not only how you receive love, but or how you want love doled out to you, but also how you dole out your love. I'm not I'm not a fan of that theory. I'm just not. Let me see if I can get some better light. And this is why it's the me cam, because the camera follows me, right? So I like it. All right, um, so I'm not really a fan of one love language being the language that you show love and get love with. I believe that you can have a primary and a secondary love language, right? And that you want, you know, like this is how you see love, but it may not be how you express love. Because I believe that while I am not a big like, oh, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that, I am a gift giver. You know what I'm saying? I love give. I ain't gonna say love. I enjoy giving gifts when I don't want to do the constant gift giving, because if I don't know you, but if I don't love you, anyway. So if I know you and I want to see just how you react to me giving you this gift, because I know, or I believe, I don't know, but I believe this is something that you would enjoy, right? If I believe that this is something that you would enjoy and I see it, I'm gonna get it. You know, that's just how I am. But I'm not big on, hey, get me this or get me that, get me this or get me that. Like it means a lot if you get me something that I can use, right? And I think that goes towards active listening, which is a part of another love language. All right, so let me get into that. So here's the thing. Uh, I always thought that my primary love language was words of affirmation, because I just I feel empowered when I'm encouraged by the ones that say they love me the most, right? So that was always kind of my thing, like um, motivation, encouragement. I encourage myself, yeah, uh, but it's just helpful to be encouraged by those that care about you, right? But that wasn't my primary love language. I've been saying that was my love language for a minute now, because that's what I thought it was, but it's not. Come to find out, unbeknown to the kid, right? My primary love language is quality time. And I was like, really? I really I wasn't sold on that. I wasn't sold on it until I read the explanation. When I read the explanation as to why my love language was quality time, it made sense, because quality time wasn't necessarily what I expected it to be. Quality time wasn't what I was always told that it was. Here's quality time. Quality time is when you can spend, and the thing about quality time is this: quality time is about quality, not quantity. So it's not about how long you spend with a person, but it's about the quality of the time that you spend. So if quality time is not sitting around and you're supposed to be watching the movie, but both people are on the phone. Nobody's watching the movie. The movie is watching you for real. You know what I'm saying? That's not quality time. Quality time would be kind of considered if both people were watching a movie and say they were kind of cuddled up while they were doing it. Quality time would be having a conversation with someone and that person's not on their phone. You have their undivided attention. You know, their focus is on you. That would be quality time, right? And come to find out, that's my primary love language. Now, my secondary love language is words of affirmation, but I always thought it was my primary. Come to find out, it's second. But even with words of affirmation, you know, it's encouragement, you know. So that's always needed. All right. So next you have acts of service. Acts of service is just the love language that says, hey, let me help make your life a little easier, you know. And so if I know that you had a horror day, but you planned on cooking tonight, when I know you've had a horror day, when you come in, acts of service would be I would already be in the kitchen cooking. Acts of service would be I know you had a hard day. Let me give you a massage. Let me rub your feet. You know, acts of service. If you work with your hands, would be rubbing your hands. If you take baths, let me run you a bath. You know, put some bubbles in there and some Calgon to take you away or some shit like that. You know, so that would be acts of service. And all these things, all of the acts of service that I'm referring to, are acts that would just, for this moment, make your life just a little bit easier. And that's what it would be centered around. You know, let me make your life easier because I appreciate you. Let me make your life easier because you would do the same thing for me. You know, so let me make your life a little easier. All right. So we got acts of service. We got quality time. We got words of affirmation. Now you got receiving gifts, right? Or gifting, right? So, and here's why I don't have as big of a problem with gifting now than I did before. It's still not one of my love languages, but I understand it a little more because it's like this. When gifting is your love language, right? It's not the amount of the gift that you long for, right? It's the attention to detail. It's the specificity of the gift. So it's like if you know that I like lions, right? And you know that I have a love for watches, and you somehow find a lion watch, that's a great gift, you know. I know a kid who is in love with Spider-Man, right? So anything Spider-Man, this little dude is gonna fall over for, right? So for him, it's like if I found some special edition Spider-Man poster, you know, and got it for him, that would make his day. But if you just went out and got him some Captain America shit, it's like, yeah, thanks, you know. But that's nothing special. So let's say so a fantastic gift would be, say you love poetry, you know. Say you love poetry and somebody wrote you a poem, right? That would do it. That would be it right there. What if somebody wrote you a book of poems? That would do it. What if somebody wrote a poem about you? What if somebody wrote a book of poems about you? How fantastic of a gift would that be? So again, it's not about the actual price of the gift. It may not cost you anything but time, right? But it is about the quality of the gift. Again, quality. And last but not least, physical touch. All right. So physical touch is not always sexual. It can be, but it's not always. Physical touch is for those people who just love PDA. You know, that is the PDA. Whoa, okay. That is the he was an old wasp that just flew past me. I was kind of tripping a little bit. But that is the PDA love language. So if you have this overwhelming need to always hug and touch and kiss and you just, you know, I just want to be near you. I just want to always touch you. I just want to always hold you. I just want to always kiss you, you know. And yes, sex is a part of that one. Sex is definitely a part of physical touch. You can't have sex without physical touch. So that just is what it is. Adults grow up. All right. You know, this is an adult channel. Not adult like that, but it's a grown and sexy. All right. So, but yeah, so that's physical touch, and the physical touch does not, like I said, always have to be sexual, but it is some sort of, hey, let me kiss you, you know, and it's passionately, you know. It's like the kiss would want the kiss to be at least 3 to 6 seconds, and the hug would start at 6 seconds. Like a hug, they say that a hug, if you hug somebody for at least 6 seconds, like your cortisol levels go up, all of your feel good hormones boost. You know, they just boost when you hug somebody for a certain period of time, when you kiss somebody for a certain period of time. All of your feel good, happy, natural endorphins and cortisol levels, they all shoot up, right? So it heightens. So those are the 5 love languages. And like I said, it was a trick because I thought mine for all this time was words of affirmation, just because I just like and appreciate being encouraged. But come to find out, it was quality time, because I like that one-on-one, just me and you. I have your undivided attention. You're listening to me. You're paying attention to me, and I'm saying only me because this is what I consider, you know. But at the same time, this one I do agree. I do give it like I want it, you know. So when I'm in a conversation with somebody, they have my undivided attention. You know, I'm not on my phone. I'm not scrolling. I'm not, if we watching a movie, I'm not on my phone. I'm not scrolling. I'm not, if we are doing something, like it's just me and you, you know what I'm saying? Like Tony said, you know, it's me and you. But, and it's just for anybody to do it, you know, it just seems so disrespectful, right? Especially if that's your love language. So if your love language is physical touch, and the person that you with don't want to touch you, that could come off difficult and disrespectful to you. If your love language is words of affirmation and your partner never gives you that, if your partner never says anything positive about you, you know, then the words of affirmation just don't kick in, and that could come off as disrespectful. If your significant other has a love language of acts of service, and you don't open a door for them, you don't cook when they're tired, you don't do anything, then that could come off as disrespectful. That could come off, especially in that one, as unappreciative. You know, if you have a love language of gifting, and you never given your partner a thing, right? Not a watch, not a necklace, not any perfume, not a bus token, nothing. Do they still have bus tokens? Okay, maybe not a bus token, but not a car wash token, not nothing. You know, if you've never given them anything significant that would touch their heart, then that could come off as unappreciative and disrespectful, right? So yeah, those are the 5 love languages. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about archetypes, but I'm not going to go deep into it. I'm probably going to deep dive into that next week, and I should be back at the crib at this time. So, but you got your light archetypes and you got your shadow archetypes, right? Your light archetypes are the ones like the hero, the wizard, the sage, this and that, and so. But these are archetypes too, right? Alpha male is a dark shadow archetype because it's narcissistic and egotistical, like for real. Like, but then you got the bully archetype, dark. You know, dark shadow archetype. You have the dominant archetype. All these are kind of different angles of the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But they're still all dark archetypes. So think about that. Like, are you the warrior, the hero, the sage, the educator, the, you know what I'm saying? And you don't have to be just one. And then do you slip into being the darker ones, you know, the more narcissistic bully, the more narcissistic dominant one, you know? Do you just have to be dominant, you know, or this alpha male that everybody keep talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, the more I hear about this alpha male, I'm like, I'm not an alpha male, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm nothing all the time. Because for real, like, within this moment, within a moment, I would be, my alpha male would come out, because it's like, I need to take control of the situation, blase, and so I'm gonna step up, step out, right? And then there's other times I would just be dominant, you know, and then there's other times that, you know, you might need this. It might be hero bully, you know. So it just kind of depends, you know. It depends on what the situation has as to what you will become, because I have seen so-called self-proclaimed alpha males turn cur that quick. But they were self-proclaimed alpha males. They think because I'm big and I got bravado and I talk real loud that I'm an alpha male because of all that. And I have seen those same dudes turn all the way cur, you know. So if you're an alpha male, you're an alpha male all the time, right? Never mind. Do I got anything else? Stay tuned. I got a whole lot of stuff going on with this film stuff, and it's about to blow. Like, right now, I'm getting up my funding for all these things, man. And once I do, watch out. That's all I can say. Stay tuned. Watch out. Shout out to my guy Kasha, man. Shout out to my guy Johnny Waller. Shout out to my dude E. Shout out to the little homie Trey MAKC, man. That little dude, he always doing big things, man. And tune in next week. Same notorious time, same notorious station. This has been unfiltered and unscripted on Notoriously Opinionated. I'm gonna see you next week. I got some things to do, which is why I'm on location. But we gonna get this done. We gonna get it in. I'm here for you. I hope you're here for me. Peace. I'm out.